Welcome to the Dusty Chronicles. That's what this gonna be. We just not together. We have plenty of reasons for that.
Yes.
So in our last episode, for those of you who are watching, had an interest, you know that my wife had surgery. Surgery went well. She is healing well and everything. We just went for the checkup, actually.
Yeah.
So that part is all great. The thing about having a parotid surgery is that there's a second part where they test the mass to find out what it was. And we got news about that last week. And let's just say it's been a very challenging week for us. Fortunately, the grandparents have the kids, so we were able to just sort of take all of this in and just sort of deal with it and everything that it means, I guess, and sort of start wrapping our minds about how the next couple of months of our lives are going to look.
So we got the results back, as Jay said, and they shared that the findings from the mass that they removed from my neck was indeed a form of cancer. The particular name
was I got caught because I keep on wanting to call it something else, but it was lymphoma.
Right.
It was B cell.
Non-Hodgkin's
B cell lymphoma. So lymphoma, to break it down really basic, it's a form of blood cancer where one of your white blood cells, instead of dying off and then having them replenished by the body, it mutates and then replicates itself and starts to spread. And it, starts to sort of
mutate, I guess.
Yeah, well, it starts to mutate everything around it, to be honest, as it spreads, just like most cancers do. But that's where it comes from. It comes from white blood cell that don't want to die, that mutates instead, which is a bad thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So the course of treatment for lymphoma, unlike some cancers where you could just have the surgery and have it removed, for lymphoma, because it's a blood cancer, the idea is that it's everywhere and it requires chemo. And another thing about lymphoma that's actually somewhat of a good thing, I guess, is that regardless of what stage you're in, the treatment plan is generally the same.
For the most part. Yeah.
For the most part. So I guess the variation comes in the strength of the chemo, depending on how bad the infection is. But it's generally the same thing. And surgery doesn't do much because it's something that can be anywhere because it's in the blood. It's not in a particular organ or anything like that.
Right. And so, needless to say, sorry, this video is probably gloom, guys, different from what we normally have. But needless to say it's been a shock to the system is an understatement. So we've just been going through over the past week since we got the news. Wasn't actually even sure if we were going to record and put this out there. But the conversation that I had with the doctor, one of the things that she stated, she said, when, she was basically explaining what everything was, explaining the test results, everything that they did basically to draw that conclusion. One of the things she asked me after basically giving us all this information, and she was like, I know you must be thinking, why me? And I was talking to Jay about it last night, and I was saying, that actually wasn't a thought that came to me. I know I'm different, but the thought that actually came to me was not why me, but what is this for? So just in case you guys don't know already, I do believe in the Bible. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the Bible. And my thought process was more so, what is the purpose of this? Because I do believe that while God does not, I don't believe he inflicts us with things. I do believe that he allows us to go through different things for certain reasons. And so my thought process is, what is the reason for me going through this? And that's why we decided to record and shoot this video, in hopes that it can be something that speaks to someone who may be going through something, whether it's the same thing, you're going through a health scare, or just whatever it may be, depending upon your faith and what it is that you believe in. I believe that Christ went through a lot. I mean, he was crucified, and if he had to endure that, then why not me? Is more so my thought process. So it's just been a lot, because we've been praying and asking for wisdom as far as what it is that you're trying to tell us, Lord, like why this particular trial. I don't know if you guys have watched all of our videos or not, but I posted a video years ago before we actually started the JNO show about my pregnancy with our son. He was a premature baby. If you guys get a chance, you can go check that video out. But there was something that happened in the hospital while I was there, an encounter with one of the nurses, that I truly believe that the reason why my son was born early was just to be a witness to that nurse. And so I don't want to miss the opportunity, the message, the whatever it is that I'm going through, for why I've been put in the situation. I don't want to miss that. So, and I just felt compelled to want to share that with you guys, because like I said, I don't know who may be watching. I don't know if it'd be years from now or what have you. Somebody might see this video, but understand that although this sucks, and I wish this was something that I did not have to go through, at the same time, I want the Lord to use me in the way he sees fit. And if that is for me to be a messenger to someone, then so be it. I just pray that I have the strength, the wisdom, and the ability to do what that purpose is, because I do believe that, God says that all things work together for the good of them that love him and that are called according to his purpose and as well. And I do believe that I am one of those. So that's why I wanted to share this with you guys.
And a little sidebar, these are some of the things that we were talking about. We were talking in a lot of our videos about a lot of the things that are being spoken about as far as the dating market, the attracting factors that everybody goes for. And this is why my wife and I speak so adamantly about, look for the things that really matter. And it sounds corny and it doesn't sound cool, and it's not something that you can show off to your friends and all of those types of things. But when things like this happen, these are the times where the duty, the honor, the loyalty, the respect, the having somebody in your corner, the real love, and I'm not talking about the emotion, I'm talking about everything that encompasses love. This is when those things kick in, when life really hits you hard and it gives you a real test. Those things that everyone's looking for, that are attracting factors, they're not going to help you deal with this. The money is going to help when it comes to dealing with the fallout from it. But regardless of what happens, there's going to be a testing of your character in a situation like this that the money will not help. The looks ain't going to do nothing. A lot of the things that we're concerned about don't matter right now. It's the real stuff that make the long-lasting marriage stuff is what matters now. Not the surface stuff that bring you together in the first place. They matter to attract a person. There's a thing, there's an attraction, and I understand all of that. Those are icings on the cake. Because if you get there and the thing that attracts you isn't able, that if that person doesn't have those characteristics that make up a quality person in a situation like this, those things aren't going to matter. You can be pretty, you can be rich, You can be whatever, all of these things that we're talking about in the dating market, between the manosphere and the feminists and the people in between and all of that other stuff. Like, if they don't have character, it don't matter. Mm-hmm. What's the point of having somebody who's rich and they won't stick by your side when times get hard? What's the point of having someone beautiful and you can't trust them because they're there just for your money? Or you got somebody and he's there and he's with you just because you're pretty. Well, guess what? When you're going through sicknesses like this, you're not going to be pretty all the time. It's not going to happen, guys. This is the stuff that I am trying to impart to people on our channel. And I know a lot of people don't understand it and they don't care about it because you feel like this stuff never happens to you. But any of this can happen to anybody. Because it might not happen to you. It might happen to your kids. It might happen to your parents. You know? So this is why it's important to us not only to put this out there, but to talk about the things we talk about on our channel. Our Andrew Tate video, a bunch of the Tate followers is really pissed off at us because we won't just go with the flow and be like, yeah, you should go around, sleep with as many women as possible. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to needing somebody in your corner and life really hits you, all of them people they slept with ain't there. So yes, I'm gonna stick by that stuff that I was saying because I'm talking about building relationships that are more meaningful. And that's what our channel is about. So if you want to go and, you know, be right about that type of stuff, fine. Go and live your life, bro. And then when life hits you hard, because it will one way or another, and you ain't got nobody there, your decisions put you where you are. So that's it. That's all I got to say. I just wanted to sort of let people that watch us, you know, if you watch a lot of our videos, why we wanted to put this out there. Like, we're literally going through some of the stuff that we were telling you guys about. And so this is why all of that stuff we say is important.
Yeah, so we, I think we mentioned it in the last video, our scheduling might be a little bit off, so definitely keep on your post notifications because we don't exactly know how things are going to go.
Right.
Right now, just to be fully transparent, I mean, don't get me wrong, my emotions are still all over the place. You know, this is a scary thing to hear, in a sense, and we're still, you know, basically trying to come to and deal with, but also just struggling with the different options as far as treatment. Western medicine, of course, the treatment prognosis is to do, you know, chemotherapy. And then there's other ways that you can go about treating it from a holistic standpoint, as well. It's not, what's the word I'm looking for, conventional, I guess, or it's not most sought out after, I guess, or what have you, or there's not a lot of documentation, I guess, about effectiveness and things of that nature. But just because of some of my beliefs and different things of that nature, that is an option that I'm trying to figure out as well, you know, and praying about that for guidance as well. So yeah, but as I mentioned, we just wanted to share this information with you guys in hopes that it'll be helpful to someone. Oh, also our computer died.
Oh yeah, so that's why no bells, no whistles, no thumbnails, no intro. All of that's gone, at least for the moment. So.
Yeah, so we'll be doing blog style like this, to a sense, whenever we do upload, and we will, you know, try to give you guys updates. If you're interested, we can give you guys updates. But yeah, just wanted to make sure that we got this information out there. Definitely, you know, if this is something that speaks to you or you feel as though it's helpful to you or anything like that, please definitely share and let us know down below in the comment section. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this video.